Well, I wanted to give you an update. The little Honda has been running great. We added some mirrors to it and this little sexy grab bar. It's fired up and it's ran really well right up until yesterday. And then we got that. Basically all the oil is dumped out of it, and I don't know why. So for this repair, my son Kyle's gonna help me with this one for two reasons. One, because he's interested, and two, he's planning on taking this bike with him, so he might as well learn to repair it when it breaks. So the first thing we're gonna do is get all this, we're gonna roll this out of the way and get all the oil cleaned up. I'll let him do that part. And then we're gonna take the cover off the other side and just see what we find, because I have no idea why I blew all the oil out. So let's get to it.
Let's do it.
So we have a theory that maybe the whole outer case wasn't tightened down enough to seal that gasket, and so we started to take it apart, but then we decided, okay, let's tighten it all the way down. We ran it for a little bit and it seemed fine, and then the oil started pouring back out again. So we think that we need to get that gasket off. So we decided to drain the oil, which here's a little helpful note. If you're going to do that, you need to make sure you have a container big enough to catch all of it, which we did not have one at hand. I don't know what we were thinking. And so we ended up cleaning oil up again, but at this point it's drained out. So I think we're going to take this cover on the other side off, take the flywheel and the starter clutch, the sprocket, all of that to get to the gasket and examine that and see what it looks like, because it must be the gasket's messed up or there's some little something that's making it leak. So that's what we're gonna do next. Okay, so here's what we've determined, we think, is that crankshaft gasket. Yep, that's right there. We think that probably needs to be replaced. And there's actually one that's also an oil seal gasket that's right here. So I think we're gonna order that one, and the cover gaskets that were all on there, because those now have been saturated with oil and are probably bad. I think those things are like 12 bucks a piece, and the little rubber seals are $5 or $6 a piece. So we're gonna call and order those, get those in, put it back together, and hope and pray that that's gonna solve the problem.
Amen.
All right, the parts we ordered from Honda came in this week. We're gonna replace the two oil seals and the crankcase gasket. One of them they don't carry anymore, but the inner one they do. We're also gonna replace the front brake cable. It was pretty stiff. I think it was pretty corroded on the inside, so for safety reasons, we're gonna go ahead and replace it too. Hopefully, replacing those oil seals is gonna fix this oil leak. All right, this first oil seal is right here in this sprocket. So I'll just take a little pick and carefully pull it out, making sure you don't put a little nick or gouge in this, because that's how it's gonna make it leak oil even more. So I'll pop it out, replace this one. Okay, like the other oil seal, you can see this one, that's the way the other one is too. It has kind of a slot in it that's gonna fit over the top of that once I pull the old one out. So I'll pop that one out, pop this one in, and then it's a matter of putting it all back together again. So the oil seal is in there. It's definitely in there tighter than the other one was. When I pulled off the old one, which is right here, this little inner spring came out, which is what holds it tight around that starting sprocket. So hopefully that's part of the problem that we're fixing.
Taker?
Yeah, definitely want to get off. Oh, it's a challenge, isn't it?
Yeah, this one's going to be a little butt, that's for sure.
Oh, man. Got to get the gasket lined up.
Here, this is my idea right here. Here it is. How about outsmart the gasket?
Yeah. Huh. Okay, so we buttoned it all back up again to get to the point where we could start it. And we've had it idling for a little bit. It seems like it's running fine. We added a quart of oil, even though it takes 1.6, just because we don't want to overfill it. So we're gonna let it heat up a little bit, then we'll shut it off and see what it does, and then we'll put the rest of the oil in and button it up the rest of the way. All right, so while we're waiting on that to cool, we're gonna run this brake line out of here. Comes up and it goes through that. There's a little bracket in there, right there, that it goes through. We want to make sure we get it all back where it's supposed to be. We'll hook it all up, and hopefully the brakes will work much better. All right, so we buttoned everything up, put the new brake cable in, which works great. He ran it for a little bit, and it doesn't seem like it's leaking any oil. So hopefully that's going to be it for this episode, and there won't be any more videos to come, but we'll see.